Hi guys, and welcome to the show. Now, apologies, I'm a couple of minutes late. Unfortunately, just sharing everything out on Discord to come and join the live stream here on YouTube. We have a lot to talk about tonight, an awful lot to talk about. I mean, I've just literally gone through my notes, and yeah, that's just the start of it. What's now immediately causing an issue? Right, that's the previous video. And then I've got everything I've got on the Defiant that I've been able to pull. Yeah, everything I've been able to get my hands on so far. It's not an awful lot, but luckily, thanks to No One Shall releasing a video on the Defiant, giving it a breakdown, I was able to pull a little bit more than, well, I have access to. So, because I don't have the Defiant and I can't afford it, yeah, unfortunately I'm reliant on everybody else for information. But hi Wolf, welcome to the stream. So before we get into game, just a quick thing on what we've got covering. We're going to be going through the right. There is a couple of announcements I do actually want to make off the bat. Apex is currently being worked on. Yeah. Because as we noticed, there was no fix mentioned in the patch notes for Apex. What a shocker. So, apparently Apex is being worked on. There was an announcement made by Eco earlier. Let me just find it. You know, having a computer will make this so much easier to do. Unfortunately, it doesn't work very well using a mobile phone. But, he sent out at 8 PM, so nearly 2 hours ago. The Arc is now live, and they're hoping that we're going to enjoy the update. Also provide some items on our radar, so we're all on the same page. A few have asked when the upgraded packs for the Defiant will be available. They are now live, so yes, there are now packs live in game. If you haven't noticed them, there is a right from the British standpoint, the UK, it's £45 for a partial unlock of the Defiant and £90 for the full unlock. Of course, if you're in America, in the pond in America, it's going to be $50 and $100 respectively. The Prime Swarm Refinery shows 100% increase in the tooltip, but the 500% in the description is the correct value as what is providing right now. So if you are seeing 100%, don't worry, it is still the 500% as advertised in the patch notes. Also, they're aware that Discovery isn't able to warp ships home while docked. A fix is already being worked on, so this is an unintended side effect. And believe it or not, the disco is, I banned it, and the disco is actually on my list to showcase, because it's not just calling ships home. It's not just calling ships home. I had it holding a node for me earlier, and I could not summon the ship back to the node. Yeah, I had to take the Discovery off the node just to summon it, and I will show that later. Obviously, if a fix has been sorted, I'm gonna have egg on my face. But what's new? Nothing new there. So this morning's live stream obviously was an impromptu live stream, wasn't planned. I just thought, literally, you know what? I'm gonna do a live stream on this. It's just too good to be, you know, thingy. But since we've got the announcements underway, how about we crack into game? And we are going to literally start with the showcase. Yes, we are going to start with the Defiant. So how about I get myself in the right position, get myself to the right size. Here we go. So, US Defiant has finally entered the game, and she is actually a decent looking ship, if I do say so myself. So it's Scopely have actually done a fairly good job with the art. Evening, Darren. Server 159. Welcome in to the show. But yeah, so the Defiant, yeah, they have done this actually justice. Now let's have a look the various information that we have. As you can see, I already have a blueprint. We will talk about sourcing just a moment. So as you can see as well, it is 100 blueprints to build it. So have fun grinding them out. There is a free-to-play path from day one, hence the reason why I already have a blueprint. It has a numerous amount of abilities. That's a lot of abilities. So reinforced ships. This greatly reinforces other ships against Armada base on the Defiant research. Now, this ship's ability is pretty much a Cerritos ship ability. It's just more involved. A lot more involved. So basically, there is going to be a bunch of research, which we will look at shortly. And it's your light switch. It is your light switch research. It'll only activate in certain circumstances, which is either buffing ships for an Armada, or actually when the Defiant joins the Armada. So, and we'll look as much into that as we possibly can at the current level I've got. Next one, resourceful approach. Now this is what you will see come up in the description when in your ship's main menu. You will see this come up, so don't worry, the other abilities are there. Increases your edict rewards by 250% when using the Defiant. Yes, 250%. Now, for those of you who did join me on the live stream this morning, we went onto the page where it mentioned everything to do with the Defiant. If I remember correctly, it's level based, and that's obviously where we found out there was going to be a free-to-play path. Next up is the Defiant weaponry. Unlock powerful buffs which grants significantly enhanced effectiveness against Jem'Hadar solo armadas when in combat with the Defiant. So yes, put it in amongst your fleet. When you've got your 3 ships for your solo armadas, make sure one of them is a Discovery. I think it's ironic that this ship comes out on the day after I marked Rogue on my server for telling them where they could shove their server Rogue. Wow. I don't quite know what to say to that one, Wolf, but good on you for telling them where to shove it. I mean, I would, but I can't be doing with being a rogue on my server. Literally. I'd love to tell them where to shove it, where the sun don't shine. Because the rogue is just ridiculous. I'm not even allowed to go attack OPC Swarm, because too many of them cry. But, I mean, to be honest, right, I'm like my Juice. Simple row. Shield or share. Plain and simple. OPC is OPC. It doesn't matter whether it's a warship or it's a miner. If it's OPC, I want it. That's it. It doesn't need to be any more. I mean, these 0 nodes. I mean, if you've got a ship on a 0 node, blast the damn thing off and send a message. You're on a 0 node. But yeah, that's me. Unfortunately, I go along with the server, so I don't get called a rogue. But anyway, back to the Defiant. And the last one here. I'm on 39. I already took out 40 ships of the biggest pay-to-play alliance, and they only caught 4 of my ships while hunting. Now that's the way to do it, Wolf. That's the way to do it. So now Bajoran currency increases Bajoran badges and credits received from the Defiant Amplified claim. Now we will look at that because we have access to that. I do apologise. So we do have access to that. Now, as you can see, mine kicks out the dock at 1.3 million. Again, kicking out a dock, it will be affected by your research. It is an interceptor, as I mentioned in my live stream this morning. People saying, oh, we think it's an explorer, it might be a battleship. I said, no, it's got to be an interceptor because the Cerritos is an explorer. That's a support ship. The Mantis is a battleship. Again, for lack of a better phrase, it is a support ship. it supports you by debuffing the enemy, so you can actually kill them. And obviously this is a support ship in regards to armadas, so again the only class left over was the Interceptor. And to be perfectly frank, right, it's an escort class, and that is basically an Interceptor. It's fast, it's quick, it gets in there, gets the job done. And we've all seen the Defiant on DS9 and how quick it just jumps in, blasts the ship, and it can get pretty singed, but it'll still walk away laughing. Unless it came up against a Breen energy dampening weapon. That was his Achilles heel. So, we're looking at it straight out of the boxes with a DPR of 294,000. It does seem kind of low, but take it for what it is. Now, its primary focus, obviously with it being an Interceptor, is armor piercing, which stands at 124,000. Shield piercing is 11,000, and accuracy is only 9,500. So, woo. You have an 8% chance of scoring a critical hit, and you will boost by 190%. Woo, nice. But that's that. And then obviously you've got your armor. Shield deflection is actually quite low. Again, the Defiant shields quite often went down, and they were forced to rely on the ablative armor of the ship. Now, for those of you who may remember this, there was, I don't know how it was across the pond, but here in the UK, we had a folder style thing come out for Star Trek, and it was called the Star Trek Fact Files. So if anyone remembers it, please drop it in the comment section below, so I'm not the only geek in the show. But the one thing I remember out of it, in section 2, which was the Federation starships, there was a Defiant section, and it said its hull was made of castridium neutronium based alloy. That was its hull. Yeah, you don't get those kind of facts. I remember it, couldn't afford it. Oh, my dad bought it. I was still a teenager at the time. My dad bought it. It's like, was it £2 a week? Literally £2 a week. So, I mean, what? I'm 37 now, and we're talking what? 20? Bloody hell! Jesus Christ! Around about 25 years ago, it started coming out. I think there was like nearly 300 parts to it, or something like that. It went on for quite some time. So. And then obviously it only covered basically the original Star Trek all the way up to Enterprise. They had to put appendix in each section for Enterprise, because obviously Enterprise came out while Star Trek Fact Files was on the go. But yeah, so the ship's hull was made of castridium neutronium based alloy. That makes up the ablative armor. Now, I'm actually going to go further with some techno babble from Star Trek and how ablative armor works. So basically, for those of you who don't know how it actually works, when the ship is actually impacted with a weapon, usually pretty much an energy weapon, it spreads out the damage. It literally spreads it out, so instead of it being focused in one particular point, it spreads it. Just literally spreads it out. So that one point is not taking as much damage. Obviously, kinetic weapons will obviously do a direct impact, and I presume it will pretty much do the same. But obviously, energy weapons are a lot easier to disperse, because it's just basically particles and life. And okay, now if you really, really want to get pedantic with me, it's CGI. So what? But Star Trek geeks, yeah, you want to know these things. But anyway, so useful facts there. But moving on to our Defiant, its hull health is 594,000 with a shield health of 512,000. So it's not particularly that bad. Out the shed as well, it has got a warp range of 50. Please ignore the 55, because I have enhanced warp cores. So bear in mind, they do add to it. No One Shall was actually able to get it come out the garage at warp 75. But that's because he's a level 51 player, and he's obviously got quite a bit of enhanced warp cores under his belt. We won't bother too much with its mining bonus, but its cargo capacity is actually not too bad for kicking out the hold at 58,000. Yeah, so I don't know how it would stand up against a Vidar. I tell you what, right? Why don't mine was Warp 65, Ops 45. Nice. Have you got the Defiant Bandit? So I know some players in my lines have gone for a pack. Either one's got a full pull and one's got a partial pull, or I've got 3 full pulls. No, mate. Right. Right. Yeah. You got sense. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, mate. To be honest, mate, if I had the money, yeah, I would love to have it, but I'm not spending £100 on it. I'd rather, to be honest, right, we've got a bona fide free-to-play path in the game from day one. If you want to spend money, that is your prerogative. It's entirely up to you. Go ahead, spend it. Thank you very much, because you're spending that money. You're spending that $100 goes towards Scopely putting more content into this game. So thank you very much for spending your money. Me, unfortunately, I have 3 kids who constantly want feeding every 5 minutes. So there's, Daddy, can I have a snack? Can I have a snack? Can I have a snack? No, we are Brassic. But hey ho, there it is. So sorry about that little bit. But yeah, so that is the Defiant. Now, it's boosting. It requires the ablative, this new thing called ablative, and yes, Santa is coming next month, so that's always an expensive time of year. I don't know how my parents ever managed it. I really don't. But I suppose back in the 80s and 90s, things were a little bit cheaper. Hey there, Bog. Welcome to the show. You've just seen my post. Yes. So we're on live tonight, mate. But yeah, you've not missed much. I've just basically come up with a few announcements as well. So yeah, right. Now this thing needs ablative amplifiers for its buffs to work. Now, here's the kicker, right? Obviously do check out No One Shall's video, because it's literally laid it all out for you right there, including where to get all this stuff from and things like that. Now, I took away the extra bits which are in his video. The cost of buffing is 2,000 ablative amplifiers to use one buff. Okay, 2,000. But there's always a but there. 5,000 is your hold. Yeah, 5,000. Hey Alexis, welcome to the show, mate. 5,000 is your maximum hold. So once every 2 days, you will only be able to do 2 buffs. Once every 2 days, you'll be able to do 3 buffs. So you will, providing you do your pulls, you should be able to alternate between 2 and 3 every other day. Well, actually, every day. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. You get the picture. So now that's if I've actually saw everything correctly. Right. What else? So I am reading from the information. Right. Sourcing for this ship. There are 2 ways to source it. The first one, of course, as we've already mentioned, is in your in-app purchase store, and we'll show you the packs. So in here you go, £45 and £90. So I just hit 34.5 million faction. Nice one, Alexis. One. Add the research makes having the ship a must, but can't wait to get it 3D. Exactly. There's no harm in waiting. I mean, yes, the free-to-play path is a bit of a grind, and we will mention that in just a moment. But yeah, now we'll have a quick look. There you go. There's your half and ablative amplifiers. These are what you will need to activate your buff. Now, 10 from the pack to your alliance. It's not an awful lot, but it's a start, isn't it? It is a start. So, and you also get 21k. Now, obviously, you can get this through the web store, and the web store will add in the multiphasics. If you are on the PC version of the game, obviously, you will have multiphasics put into this anyway. So, because the PC uses the actual web store. So, here's the £90 or $100 pack. 46,000 latinum, some titanium, crystal, some dilithium, and some common refined crystal, and some ablative armor as well. Which tire for the Saladin do you recommend for Tiger Core? Which tire? Saladin doesn't have wheels. It's shaped like a wheel on its side, with a support to help it, but it's not. But it doesn't have any wheels, unless you count the warp drive. Tire, yeah, tire, yeah. Oh, what tier? Tier. That makes a bit more sense, doesn't it? Oh God, shoot me now. What tier do I recommend? To be perfectly honest, max. To be perfectly honest, max. Tier 9. You potentially could do it at tier 7, but I don't think you're going to get very many kills. But make sure you've got a maxed Chen first. Maxed Chen, tier 2 Monroe, and obviously tier 1 Pike. Picard and Beverly, I'm not quite sure which way around. Obviously tier 1 Picard, potentially a tier 2 or 3 Beverly, but maxed Chen for definite. But you may be able to do it at tier 7. I don't really know. I never really got that far until it was maxed. So because it is a bit of a warp range. But yeah, so you should be able to. Picard, Bev, Chen, yeah, but make sure your Chen is maxed. So that I would highly recommend. But yeah, so this is your £90. Obviously, you're limited to 1. Woohoo! And oh, the partial lot, you're only limited to 1. What a shocker! What a shocker! Buff with Cerritos or Exocom to help. Yeah, I mean you can use the Exocoms to help boost you as well. But yeah, I see that the warp ranges have been reduced in Bajoran space. Well, in Bajoran space, no, they don't really need reducing because they're already low enough. If you're on about Dominion space, yes. It was actually mentioned in the notes. I think I actually skipped over that bit because I didn't realise it until I was listening to DJs in the car, DJs podcast in cars. And they mentioned about it, so I went into game and looked at it. Oh yeah, they have been reduced. So, but yeah, Dominion Space has had its warp levels reduced. I can now reach with my jellyfish a level 54 system. So that's not that bad. Right now, obviously, once you got this ship, launching it is 8 days. Well, 8 days to build it. Okay, also you can speed up. It's literally not going to take that long to build. Obviously, please bear in mind that also goes on your dock level, it goes on your research level, and it also goes on your ops level as well. So just bear that in mind. I think there's some like hidden gems where certain bits are taken off. I don't know really, but as an idea, it's 8 days. 7 days, 21 hours. I think no one Charles had. So I round it up. Let's say 8 days. Now, when you do get it built, you are going to need some parts. Ablative armor parts. Now, you will be able to acquire these from your Bajoran store, faction store, once you have built the Defiant. You will not see a lot of this stuff until you've actually built it. So I will warn you right now. But let's jump over to the faction store. And I'm glad to move myself out of the way. Now, you will need to be militia. Yes, you will need to be militia. And what you'll see, obviously, every day is your Defiant blueprints. As you can see, I've got 12 hours till I pull it. So that's going to be around about just after 10:30 tomorrow morning. I can pull that. And then by tomorrow's Wednesday, Thursday, by Friday, I will actually be. Are you enjoying a cup of tea? Not tonight. No, I haven't actually done myself a cup of tea. What I have got sat next to me though is I never got a chance to actually finish it. Yeah, so that's going in the oven tomorrow morning for breakfast. So, where was I? Yeah, so obviously by Friday morning I'm going to be starting to pull these as part of my dailies. Now I am actually going to do a video showing my full morning routine. I'm going to have to record it on the weekend because True Game is wrecky. Yeah, but yeah, a calzone. So I've managed to have half of it at least, and some cheesy garlic bread. So that's not bad. But yeah, so I will be doing a video showing the morning routine, basically quickly going through it and everything. So obviously do keep an eye out for that. That will drop some point this month. I don't quite know when. I did have it recorded. Then I went and did a purge of my videos on my phone. Yeah. Next time, back it up. That's all I'm going to say. But yes, so you will need ablative armor parts to upgrade it. Now, I will tell you this straight away. Hi, Matthew. Welcome to the stream, mate. I will tell you this straight right now. Is you will get them from here. However, your first pull will not be enough to do one component. No, so you'll be able to get it to level 5, but you will not be able to do a component unless you go and drop the $1. Yes, if you drop the $1, you'll be able to sort it free to play. Unfortunately, you will need to... Yeah, they are on a 22-hour cooldown timer, so they can end up part of your, for instance, your morning button pushing. Yes, because there's a lot of button pushing. As you can see, I've got 6.5 hours left till I do it. And I will quickly mention about what I do in here. Also, for the impulse engine on the Defiant, you will need an optical chip. A isolinear optical chip T2, and that unlocks at Ops 36. Yes, Ops 36. So yeah, 3 months to get it free. I'm not bothered about that. Now there is a few other blueprints floating around. Yes, there is a few of them floating around. Some in the missions, and in the Eco came into DJ's podcast earlier and said, according to his document that he had in front of him, there was only 3 in the missions. Let's just say people blew up on that one. Even DJ was like, "What, are you joking?" Well, that's to sum it up. There is supposed to be some also alternative sourcing through the battle pass. Yeah, all right then. Quick point. This blueprint is for me is 55 Bajoran credits, because it is going to cost you Bajoran credits. So, was it Bajoran credits? No, sorry, it wasn't Bajoran credits. No, I lie. I'm wrong. It's diplomacy tokens. Yes, it is diplomacy tokens. So you will need to decide on what you're going to spend them on. Me, for the next 3 months at least, they're going to be funneled into the Defiant. Now, I'm sure there might be some particular other ways to source it. Who knows? Maybe they might drop some in the event store next month. Because bear in mind, it has come out before the event store. So there may be a chance to get some of these parts through the event store. If you remember the Cerritos, that was dropped into an event store. The Amalgam was eventually dropped into an event store. That's where I managed to finish them off, instead of going through the various parts like Cerritos Wednesday. I now keep that event for that little trickle of uncommon crystal every single week. Although I actually forgot to complete one of the Cerritos events last week. Naughty. But that beats me. And then obviously the Amalgam is in your Cosmic Cleanup on a Saturday. Well, I don't need that now. Obviously, I've got them. So there should be 10 for 550. Yes, Alexis, that's what I heard on the stream. But I can tell you now, I can't find 550 diplomacy tokens in the battle pass. Let's just go over to the battle pass. Oh, I'm a winner. Yay! The Alliance milestone. Well, we'll have a quick look at the events, and the calendar is up as well, so obviously we'll jump in and look at the calendar. So let me move myself across and we'll have a look at the battle pass. So here it is. As you can see, I've already got the elite line unlocked. I went out and sorted that out this morning after the live stream. So here we go. So we've got away team site speed ups on both levels. Woohoo! Now this one baffled me. Why do I need Armada tactical cores? I need rare tactical cores, not original, rare. So this one is of no use to me besides the uncommon event tokens. So you will find 50 of these in there. Also, we've got some independent credits and some cultivated mycelium on the elite path. That mycelium will do me just nicely. Next up, trait XP. We could all do with trait XP. And obviously some recruit tokens. Lovely. Rare Armada directives. Also a big win on this as well. You will be able to source 335 rare directives this month. So, but watch out for those material spend milestones because they are coming this month as well. More pawn as well, and some syndicate XP. Asia Gem Hadar and some faction credits. Woohoo! And then some more Gem Hadar and some more trait XP and your final 20 tickets. Now, is it going to be more in the gift section? I don't know, but we will see. Rare solo directives. Rare solo directives. So just that little bit of a boost. Always a good thing. The only problem is it's an odd number, so you'll never end up with a 0. Yeah, that could be a problem. Tetrions, independent credits, and matrix diodes. Matrix diodes obviously for your missions coming up. 12,000 ablative amplifiers. So if you haven't got the Defiant, obviously these are going to be setting in your inventory. Why not? At least then you've got some pull. Like I said, it's going to cost you 2,000 each. 2,000 for each buff, so automatically straight you've got 6 buffs straight out. So, and then obviously some more recruit tokens. Obviously, as per usual, the odd numbers are all resources and materials. I think Eco needs to request an oopsie chest. Oh no, why does he need to request an oopsie chest? I've not seen anything wrong just yet. Next one is recruit tokens and faction credits, and here's your other 200 rare directives. These elusive things which are sourced on RNG, on the vast array of RNG sources. So I might have to nip off in a sec just to get a drink because I'm getting a little bit parched. Another shard of Weiyun. Now, diplomacy tokens, here they are. 80. 80. That's a little, just a little bit short of 550. So yeah, something's not quite right here. I will pull this up later on with the other content creators, but then obviously, as I say, show here, you got some active nanoprobes on milestone 16, Fort Pong, and your badges, credits, more trait XP. Nice. And then more Fort Pong and some Bajon credits. Now, that's a lot of Fort Pong in just here. There are other sources, and we will touch on them. And then also you got Vorta ears and some more solo directives. Yes, so actually that 80 adds to the other 120 will give you that nice round figure of 200. So in total, by the end of the battle pass, you would have got 1 full rare solo Armada, 1 rare normal Armada. I recommend Cardassian Armadas, not the faction ones unless an event calls for it. Use the Cardassian ones. You're going to get more for your bang. Yes, they're stronger. Yes, they require a bit more grey matter thinking. but they do give you more. In the long run, they give you more. The faction ones, they're a bit outdated. They're about as much use as the British railway system at the minute. Don't function very well. A lot of cancelled trains lately. But we won't talk about that. That's that. So that is the battle pass. It's not particularly too bad. They said it was supposed to be new and improved. Well, don't really look much improved. But maybe it could be in the materials you get in. 1,000 there. And 742 there. Yeah, okay. So maybe not. But anyway, I'm basically getting a new faction plus. When someone steps onto your property. So if I get any unwelcome visitors, I know about it. And the Defiant all in one level. With ring security cameras. Okay. Oh right, yeah. When you finally get to 35, yeah, you get access to the whole shebang. So. But check the warp ranges of Dominion territory as well, because obviously with the drop in warp range, yeah. So, right, where was we? We were talking about the Defiant, weren't we? So it was in the faction store. So let's go back to the faction store. Right. So isolating optical chip on the impulse claim here. The first ops level will be ops level 36. So obviously when you do get it at level 35, that's it. You've got to wait till you're ops 36 before you can get the next one, and it will appear here. Everything for the Defiant will appear here on this top line, or in the case of how your screen works, it could be the top couple of 2 or 3 lines. I just don't know. Now there are other stuff you'll get in here, which is some new currency that goes towards the research that comes in. As I mentioned, there is a research behind this, and we will go looking for that for a second. You get your amplifiers here as well, and yeah, that's pretty much all I can remember on that one. So let's go over and actually have a look at the research. Woo! We love research. Now, there are 2 forms of research you're going to have. You're going to have the one in the Starships tree here, which we're going to show you right now. And then one back in the Bajoran section. Yes, there is one in the Bajoran section. But here you go. Here's your Defiant ones. Literally, it's split into 2. The top line are for solo armadas. Hence the reason. Starts off with Army of One. That's your solo. Next one, Valiant Camaraderie. That's your group armadas. And obviously all these improve, give you boosts to. I gave Red the registry for the ship in part 1. Okay. The registry for the ship. What? NX74605. Was that the registry number? Right. Just bear with me 1 second because I can. Oh no, that's fine. I thought one of my kids was up. It's not. Miss is in the other room with a TV on. So, yeah, so the research. This is what you get. Now, you will have this new currency here. Subspace transceivers. As you can see, it requires the USS Defiant to be built. But, as well, you need to get them from the Bajoran faction store. Again, there's a daily pull on this one. I think it's behind behind the Bajoran credits. So please bear that in mind. So there's that, and then obviously, why do I always make my screen too big? But there you go. So obviously pop in there when you get a moment and have a look at what there is. It looks like it's going to be a fairly decent tree. Also, it's going to be a bit of a problem. I know with one pull from the Bajoran store, No One Shell was able to do a couple of researches in here. So that's a bit of a boost. On Rev stream. Yeah, Rev does quite a few of them streams. Was it Twitch, YouTube? But anyway, so now we're going to pop back over to the Bajoran store and show you the other bits. Now, obviously you've got this. Yes. And then if you scroll to here, Dominion Domination. As you can see, I've already done one. This is a piece of research. It is a favour. And if we scroll right to the bottom, as you can see, there's a couple actually here. There's Hostile Efficiency, which is a one-time 30% bonus. Now, I'm not quite sure what hostile exchange chest that is. To be perfectly honest, I really don't know. So, but I'm sure we'll find out eventually. The next one, obviously, is Dominion Domination. I've already done the first one. Base level improvement of 150% to damage against Dominion targets. That will include your solo armadas. And it's not just tied to the Defiant, it is for all your ships. So go out there, kick some Jem'Hadar butt. But as you can see, it's 10 levels and it tops out a whopping 250%. Woohoo! 10 levels to go 100% increase. Nice one. Only Scopely could think of something so good but nerf it so badly. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much everything to do with the Defiant that I've managed to dig up. And obviously that's a fair whack of stuff. This is a big feature. It is a new loop to buy into, obviously, but it is definitely worth it. Now, while we're actually here on the Bajoran faction store, I want to take the time to actually go through my strategy on what I'm doing and see if you actually agree with it or what strategy that you've got. So, obviously, I start off every single day by pulling the Bajoran badges. Now, I do the 3 chests. That's going to cost me just under 12,000 antimatter storage pods. Not a problem. And that obviously gives me 309 Bajoran badges. Now, bearing in mind, there's research that's going to give you some additional badges. There's also stuff for the Defiant that's also going to increase the badges. Because here it is. I've actually forgot to mention it. Look at this. Yes, extra Bajoran badges. Now you can claim this every single day. Oh, hang on. So let's go back out a second. So if you look, just under 12 hours to go for me for this one. But I'm going to get 10 badges and 10 credits every single day. Oh, there we go. Oh, a time has appeared which says nothing. Yeah, but I can't claim it yet. But anyway, but once you build the Defiant, Tier 1 Defiant will give you 190 badges. That's an extra solo armada a day. And when you've actually built up enough, that's an extra 2 solo armadas a day. Now, obviously, the solo armadas are pulled on a 22-hour cooldown. So, and the chests don't go up uniform. So you do have to sort of work it around. You do have to work it around. But you could potentially pull that 2 or 3 chests at some point and give yourself some extra solo armadas. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend it. I won't go for paying for that extra. I'm quite happy just to do the 1 a day. I've got enough to do because I can't even keep on top of all that. So, but having an extra 190 badges, that's brilliant. That's more reputation. That's more Bajoran credits. Not a problem. But obviously, I increased to 30 credits. Now, this does go up by tier, and the increase in badges is actually pretty good. It tops out at 400. And it's, well, the credits actually is not too bad as well as 400. I didn't notice that. I thought there was actually a crap increase. I thought it was going to be a 10 increase through and through, but it's not. It's actually a reasonable increase as you tier up. So, bear that in mind. But obviously, yeah, Defiant not built. Ooh. Uh-oh, here we go. Bad sign. Bad sign. So, we got that. Now, back to my morning routine. So, like I said, I pull these badges every single morning. And then what I'll do once I've done that is the first thing I will always do is pull this, the one chest. That is it, just the one chest in here. And then I'll look how much I've got left over. And then I will go for either the reputation or the credits. Now, if I've got enough, I will do both. But ultimately, I will go for the reputation first. The reason I will go for the reputation is because eventually I'm going to be able to unlock all this. The quicker I get the reputation up, the better. And then I can start unlocking, just literally shoving it all into the credits and then unlocking everything on here. But be careful as well, because the one thing I heard is these researches, when they get to a high enough level, they start needing these instead of credits. So make sure you are building these up as well. There are various ways you can get them. Obviously, as you already know, if you go into your exchange loot, boom, 80 in here for the uncommon. The rare will give you 235, and the epic will give you 560. There is also, there's the elite one. Yes, there's 230 in this elite loot chest as well, which needs the edicts. So there's a lot going on with this Bajoran store. An awful lot has been added. Now, while the last couple of months have been very poor arc-wise in release of events and things like that, I will admit the features that they've released, like the Cardassian Armadas, the new crews, this, the Defiant, have actually all been pretty damn good. And as much as I'm still grading it quite low, unfortunately decent features don't make up for the lack of what's the phrase we could probably use? It's the lack of attention the Arc runners were doing. But apparently this month is pretty good. DJ is actually quite optimistic with this month. So obviously, look, we will look at the calendar and we will show you that. Boom, hell. Yawnings are really kicking in. It's getting up at 6:30 for the school runners in the morning now. Hi Card, welcome to the show. So much grind. Have to do grinding for various materials on different days. Yes, is the answer I'm going to say to that one, because I'm not quite sure what you mean. So I'm going to say yes. It is the safest answer on that one. When Incursions was running, I used the Incursions loot bonus XCOM to go farming Bajoran points. Okay. I didn't know you could farm Bajoran points. Where are you getting the Bajoran points from? And that's what I'm curious about. And which Bajoran points. So, but So, right. So I'll tell you what, right, we've taken up enough time on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out. Let's just quickly refresh that miner. If you want about the various different bits of mining, I try to cram in as much as I can. I do G4 overnight, ore and crystal. Are the bug probes, Eclipse loot, and Apex. I don't have the joys of Apex. Eclipse loot. Now, Eclipse loot, to be perfectly honest, right, you don't really need to do that much. And we'll go back into factions to show you why. There you go, right there. That's all I need to do, is make sure that I get that much every single day as a bare minimum. Antimatter units. Ah, right. Now I get you. But yeah, with the Bajoran, with the Eclipse loot, all I need to do is that. Now, if you're on about using the directives, and the Armadas and everything, yes, that can be a pain. I keep building them up and I never get round to using them. But eventually I do get through them. So, I mean, ideally I should be doing it once every other day. The Armadas are an uncommon and a rare, and then an epic every 10 days. That's what I worked it all out at. And I think I said that in a video as well about how that works. But yeah, it is a pain. But the Borg probes for me and the Jem'Hadar are the worst grind I have. They are the worst ones, and they're the ones that don't always get done because there's just too much to do. Well, I really do need something, but even coffee doesn't wake me up. So now research paywall, right? So discovery. I tell you what, that's the next easiest one we can look at is the discovery. Now, where have I got it? There she is. So now let's figure out how we're going to do this. So I'm going to send the Devore down to the next system. Pepsi, hey, enough. Sorry, my dog's just barking at people coming in the front door. So usual thing this time of night. Evening.
Sorry.
So send the Devore there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the yeah, please don't put the sheep up. It doesn't work for me. Actually, counting sheep might wake me up. Gets my brain going again. But now, you see my discovery is in dock. And the thing is actually blacked out. Figures. Now, here's the next bit. Let me put the discovery there, because this is what I noticed this morning. Okay, so now my discovery is mining. It's holding a node for me, ready for me to recall my miner and bring it back out. Can't do it. I can't bring a ship back out, because what I would normally do is summon. So I have the discovery on the node, summon in my miner, which is usually my horizon for doing G4, because I don't have a G4 miner and I don't have a big enough faction miner to go mine specific ones, with the exception of gas, where I do have the Antares. It's big enough and it can do it. But for the ore and the ore, it's horizons. The cavort is actually only just big enough. It's only just got a better mining rate than the horizons on G4 crystal. But I would normally leave the discovery on the node and I'd summon it in. I would summon the cavort into G4 territory, and then it packs up, and then I would press the recall button, not the jump one. I'd press the recall button to the discovery then stays imagery on the node, but the node is now vacant for me to put my miner on it. And then obviously if somebody sees me, they're just going to think my discovery's on a node. Okay, we'll go pop it. No, oh, a miner's just gone on it. Better stay away then. And then my discovery jumps out. Now I can't do that, because now I actually have to take my discovery off the node to summon a ship. Joyful. Why this happened, I do not know. But given the fact it was put in Eco's announcement at 8 o'clock this evening, saying it was unintended, we're working on sorting it out. Yeah. They've nerfed the discovery. They've nerfed a simple mechanic for the discovery, because now you've got to pull it out of dock just for it to work. So, but yeah. Right, so recall, and we'll recall the default as well. But yeah, so that's the discovery. Not much else you can say about it. So now I'm trying to work through. Where's my pen? There it is. So just working through my list. So we've done the Apex, we've done the show off, we've done the discovery, research, paywall. Oh, the paywalled research. Yes, there are a couple of bits of research which have been brought into the game. Yes, and I said in my live stream this morning, because of the levels that they are, I would highly suggest it's going to be the next grade up materials. Yeah, boy was I wrong. Now, I'm not quite sure what tree they're actually in. All I know is I saw it in a video. Boom, boom, blah, 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 blah. Nope. Where were they? Primal Lights Reputation. Cardassian Loot. Are they in here? No. Okay. This is a. Oh! I just saw something. Aha! There we go. Prime Swarm Refinery. So, obviously this was one that Eco also said had a bit of a misprint and thingy. Oh yeah, here, the bonus, 100%. No, it is a 500%, so do not worry. But it's not materials. No. It's a particle that you need to go buy. Sadly. So, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to do much unless you're prepared to spend $1. Or do. Because they're $100 or £90. Dilithium's cheap, though. So, yeah, if you like spending, there you go. And the same will be with the other one. Oh, what's this Action's Harvester? Not quite sure what that one is. Close that door, please. Good job I'm not using it, innit?
Yes, very much. You're on live.
Yeah, the only problem is I've got bloody cable. I do apologise.
Sorry.
I've got cables attaching to it. Right, one there, and the other one is actually my laptop.
Sorry for the delay.
So that's that sorted. So I am working on sorting out my bedroom so I can put like a mini office in it and the setup in there. But unfortunately, I've got that much stuff in my bedroom. I need to go through everything first. So it could be a couple of weeks before that gets sorted. But I am working on that one. But yeah, so now I can't find the other one. Is that no? That's not the one. So, just proves this is live and unedited. Exactly. Anything can happen on the Pegasus show. Anything. So, now, I can't figure out where the other one was. Is it in territory? I don't think it is. No. At least they know how actually seeming to give some updates on issues that are being added with updates. Oh yeah, Beck is definitely one that she wants to do her utmost best to make sure everyone is kept informed about what's going on and everything, and she's there to help Eco. She work alongside him. She says that they're Eco says that they're equals. Beck says he's her boss. That's what I've heard, but obviously, we'll see how it pans out as time goes on. But having two community managers is definitely a good thing for us. We noticed they're being looked into kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. And that's all we need. It's just something like that, just to let us know that they are aware of what is going on. So, but yeah. So that's the paywalled research. So next up is the next small thing we can look at is these new missions. Now, I don't think the DS9 missions are in here just yet, although I could be wrong. Right, I can tell you now that Gambit 6 to 10 is where you'll get a blueprint for the discovery, and then you've got your Defiant missions as well. But there's a fair whack. Now, obviously, if you are a lower level than 34, do not worry, do not fret. There is a 25 mission there, but get your mission, get them by all means, and save them. Yes, save them. Now, adding up how much we got here, so we've got 100, 200, 300, 400. Now, I can pretty much go for all these missions right now. I can get them all, but I'm not going to yet. I'm not going to. So, also, we've had some additions added to this. No, we haven't. Okay. I thought we had. I thought it was getting TNG Part 4, but obviously not. Yeah. Now, apparently I've only got 2 in here, but yet I've got 6. And they've all got pips. Yee! Pippies! We gotta love pips. Shout out to the pips. So, but yeah. So, there you got those missions. Now, also they did tell us that we're going to be getting some planetary missions. Yes. So, if we go up to Cardassian space... well, let's just start with the Bajoran systems. They're all level 20 systems. So, is there one in here? Ah, here we go. Deep Space Nine and Bajor. Yay! So, how many missions we got on Bajor? We've got 1. How little we know. Investigate information leaks from within the Bajoran government. Kind of rewards we're getting. An hour speed up and 60,000. They are level 20 missions, so obviously don't expect too much. If we can just select DS9, and we've got 2 missions on there, both level 20s, bit of ship XP, stiff upper lip, join Brian and Bashir for a holodeck mission, hey! And then roughing the diamond, help Odo stop nefarious smuggling ring. Yeah, so the rewards are pretty bleh for those of us in a higher level, but obviously if you're in low level, by all means, crack on with them, get yourself some extra stuff. I'm still going to do them because I do like doing the missions. I just tend to like rush through them, get the rewards, and that's it. But now, as well, we were given this as well for the Arc launch, as per usual. And I've seen this quick screenshot, so I kind of know what's coming. But here we go. So we've got some shards for the officers. We've got 2 uncommon armadas. That's not bad. And we've got some Bajoran credits. We've got some reputation. We've got another 90 diplomacy tokens. Woohoo! So in total, including the battle pass and this, that's 3 Defiant blueprints. However, you still got to grind them out. You still got to wait 24 hours for each one. So a total of 72 hours. Yay! And then another pull on the amplifiers. So, not bad. Now, I will just say as well, with the Bajoran stuff, this Bajoran favour is awesome. My Latinum, I have got, for the last week and a half since I've had this, 350 per day. Normally, it's RNG based, and the most I've ever got was 100. Now it's 350, plus the ultra recruit tokens, and I get premium recruit tokens. Now literally the only thing I do get out of this now is the premium, and that's RNG, that's when they come, the ultras, which is a guarantee, and platinum. That's the only thing I get out of that box now. I don't get anything else. Oh, I think I might have got 1 relocation token out of it, but that's it. But yeah, so that I would highly recommend getting that. I really would. Now, oh, why have I got that up? Oh no! There we go. Put myself back in. Oh no! Here we go. So I can't get it to damn work. Now, there is another Bajoran thing that I do highly recommend that you work towards. And you sort of got to try and balance it in now with the new stuff that's just been released. And that will be... Prophet's Gift. Now, if you've got the chance to work for this, yes, you do need to be militia. But get this, adds a new daily goal, Syndicate XP and Bajoran badges. Now, how many Bajoran badges you get, I do not know. How much XP you get, I do not know. But it is worth working towards. I keep trying to work towards it, but then something else catches my attention. Oh, wait. Yeah. Dominion Domination. So I would highly recommend going for that favour. When it comes to your favours, look through your list of favours and find the ones where it says 0/1. If it's the 1, get them. Get them out of the way. That's one less you've got to do. Prophet's Tribute, I got the 1 maxed already. I got Prophet's Prize, Prophet Reward as well. Those two are another one to go for. Now, I would recommend you go for Prophet's Reward first. That's the first. If you've not done them yet, if you've done them, then obviously that you've done them. That's the way you do it. But if you've not done these yet, and if you are below level 35, and you'll be getting these soon, this is what I recommend you go for. Prophet's Reward first. At my level, I get 500. Nice. 500. Is that the 500? Hang on. Yeah, 500. Cad, do you want? Right, I'm confused. 500 what, mate? Because I'm literally talking about a lot of stuff, and I've trouble keeping up with what I'm actually talking about. But yeah, so when you do finally hit level 35, Prophet's Reward first, because obviously that's going to increase the payouts you get from those solo armadas. Prophet's Prize. Now, your discretion, Syndicate, nice. That's good. 500 XP a day. That's pretty good. How many badges do you get as well? Because that's the interesting one for me. But yeah, so Prophet's Prize is increasing damage, increasing the loot rewards from Dominion fighters, the ships. Now, this one is your discretion. I wouldn't recommend getting this one second, because yeah, it's not. It does say 50% increase to you, and it is a 50% increase. But the one thing is, it's still a bloody grind to go get all these antimatter units. It's still a grind. So what I would highly recommend second is Prophet's Tribute, which is just the one, but it adds those ultra recruit tokens to your 24-hour daily chest and increases existing rewards. Yes, it certainly does. And the problem is, like I said, I've not got anything less than 350 Latinum a day. I'm happy with that. And then obviously I would recommend as your next one will be start with this one? No, not this one. Prophet's Gift. Get this one as well. But again, it goes on how if you want the Prophet's Prize first. Obviously, Prophet's Gift is literally a one level. Get it, that's it, done. So yeah, that's what I can recommend. Obviously, it's entirely up to you how you do it. But like I said, we have got new things dropping quite a lot, so there's a lot to do. And obviously, when you're coming up to level 35, yeah, you're going to be trickling into it very, very well. Not actually trickling into it. You're going to be jumping into it head first, quite quickly. So, yeah. Now, next up is the officers. Yes, the officers we've received on today's patch, because let's admit it, right? These actually look pretty good. They do look pretty good. So, let's jump in, group, and scroll all the way down to the bottom, and we start with our Jem'Hadar friend. Yes. So, I'm just going to call him a Metaclan. It's a lot easier. Captain's Maneuver increases all mitigation stats by 20% for 1 round every round. There's the extra bit that wasn't in the patch notes. Every round when fighting players, if on an Explorer. So again, when we talk about Explorers, we're talking about your Centurion. I'm not going to count the Mayflower because it's just a waste of time. Your Centurion, your Burrell, your Enterprise, your Valdor, your Colinar, your Enterprise A, your Corvus, your Sanctus. Is it no, not Sanctus. Oh, it's that one that begins with Q. I can never pronounce it. And then obviously your Enterprise D. They're your Explorers. Your Cerritos as well. Your Discovery. Yeah, so could be interesting in Discovery versus Discovery fights. Or maybe even the Rialto Brawl, if they ever decide to bring that back. They really ought to, because that was a good little event. A little ship, doesn't cost much. Send it out, get it blown up a few times. What's the difference? Officer ability increases weapon damage by 53%. Well, I really do apologise. Increases weapon damage each round for 3 rounds when fighting players, if on an Explorer, when boosted with when morale is kicking in. So, weapon damage. Now, I can't remember if I wrote some notes down on this one, because there was something in Rev Juice's version of the patch notes where he mentioned about, I think it was this ability. It was matching something. It was matching Garrick's officer ability, I think it was, on the Interceptors. So worth actually comparing with. But obviously I don't have either officer, so I can't put them to the test. So downside of being a free-to-play player. But yeah, so that's your one there. Now this is the officer that you're going to be able to source free-to-play grind through this month. You should be able to fully unlock him. There's a fair whack of shards in the battle pass, and there is also a large number of events where you can get blue shards for him. Also, you've got 2 events today, so let's have a quick look at those 2 events. If we just go into events and then we click into party viewing. So this is the first one. Test drive. You'll get 2 blueprints when you complete this. I would highly recommend the higher level Jem'Hadar ships you can hit, the better. You do get a bonus points for using the Defiant if you happen to have the Defiant. The next one, it says fight for the Resistance, but yet I've not actually seen. I know what it is. Fight for the Resistance. I know what that is. It'll be in here if you're below level 35. So I'm presuming that's going to be in there. Tomorrow we're going to have another SMS, most likely in here. A peaceful night, but it's not peaceful as in one word, it's peace dash full. So a peaceful nightmare. So I'm not quite sure what's going to be contained in that event, but worth a look. And then on Thursday, Thursday, you're going to have Snap Out of It or Fight for the Resistance. So Snap Out of It is going to be a level 35 and above event. Fight for the Resistance for 34 and lower. So you will be able to acquire shards from those events. On the 13th, which is Sunday, I think. Yeah, Sunday, is Ketracel Fiend. That's for all levels, 10 and above. On the 16th, you're going to have 3 different events. Now, I'm not quite sure how these are going to work. I don't know if they're sort of bracketed or what. But there is the Form of the Station, She Has Teeth, and Other Plans. They're your 3 events. But yeah, so that's literally all I can say on that one. On the 20th, you've got Ketracel Fiend again. On the 22nd, you've got She Has Teeth. 23rd, A Peaceful Nightmare. 24th, Snap Out of It or Fight for the Resistance. So they're the events. Obviously, you can check them out on my Discord, Rev Juice's Discord. Just look in the STSE announcements pages of whoever's Discord you are in. DJs, No One Shalls, they'll all be there. Because obviously they've got them linked. Or if you're on the STSE official Discord, it will be there in the official announcements as well. So I would recommend. There were quite a few Dominion type events this evening. Trying to save my resources for the material spend SMSs. Yes, Darren, we do have some SMSs coming, and I'll tell you what, let's jump into the calendar right now, because we might actually get some more information on those events. And of course, as usual, I have to go to our big screen, but here we go. So, DS9 has fallen. Now, if I remember correctly, at the end of the last mission, last month, the female shapeshifter appeared to us in-game. So, right, I'm just going to take 30 seconds to go and get myself a drink, because my voice is sounding a little bit coarse, and so is my throat. So I'll literally be right back. Hopefully the tunes are loud enough, so enjoy the tunes. Right, sorry about that. Here we go. Right. And sorry, it's not a computer chair, it is a sofa. So, I got myself a nice big mug of... Now, it looks like water, but it's not. It is actually orange juice. So, that's a lot better. Oh. Who knew talking, babbling on for over an hour and a quarter can really take it out of your throat. Where do we get the Matrix tokens to start the missions? In the Battle Pass, and they're actually quite far on. They are actually quite far on. Before we go into this, I'll just quickly show you. They was... There we go. Milestone 12. Yeah, Milestone 12. So, didn't you have 350? Yes, I've got 350. That's because I'm guessing there's missions I've not got access to yet. So, or like level 50 missions that have not appeared to me, like the level 50 mission that's actually in the holodeck right now. They've not appeared to me, so I've still got to get them. So yes, I can go get the missions now and do the missions, and I'll probably work through them for the next couple of days. But milestone 12 is where you're going to get your next batch of matrix diodes, and obviously 400 will unlock every single mission in there at current. So milestone 12, that should start of week 2 probably. Next Tuesday or Wednesday you'll probably get them. Right, so back into the events. Not the events, the news channel. Right, so DS9 has fallen. Bajor is in enemy hands. The Defiant is lost. Its crew scattered into the cosmic winds. Never before have things seemed hopeless. Now, where have we seen that idea? Where have we seen that idea? Maybe this whole year in this game. Things have never seemed so hopeless in this game. This year, well, I'm hoping for a better 2023. I really am. But I would really like this year to finish on a high. I really would. But if there's one thing this crew knows, it's how is that it is always darkest just before the dawn. Well, yeah, anybody knows it's dark before the dawn, because the dawn's when the sun comes up. And it's down to you now, commanders, to pick up the pieces left behind after the disaster at Cardassia, gather the lost crew of the Defiant, and retake Bajor no matter the cost. Has anybody got Battlestar Galactica? I could do with a Jupiter class battleship right now. But yeah, I don't think we'll see one of them in this game. Or maybe as a bridge commander, the Galaxy class X from Hell. We could do with one of them. But I suppose this will go as it is. We are going to find the Defiant, we are going to find my crew, and we are going to rip Deep Space Nine from the Dominion's hands by any means necessary. Let's see, who says that? Well, that could only be Captain Sisko. Yes, it could only be Captain Sisko, who was sent away by Admiral Woodwalk or something like that, who turned out to be the female shapeshifter. Yay! So, the Battle Pass, obviously throughout the entire month, 8th to the 27th. So, yeah, woohoo! There's all your milestone points, and obviously they will continue on past that for the heroic overflow, as per usual, where you will get some additional Weiyun shards as well. I'm not quite sure how Weiyun's going to be sourced. I know. Oh, we was on the officers, weren't we? I'll tell you what. We'll look at Weiyun in just a moment. Let's get these. Let's get this done. Right, non-battle pass specific events. Complete new missions. All got to be done by the 20th. So you've got about 12 days to get it done. Yeah, so when you get those matrix diodes from milestone 12, crack on with those missions. If you can't, archive them. Just archive them. Right, so the Federation has lost control of DS9 to the Dominion, and DS9 crew scattered across the galaxy. The commander receives a request from Starfleet Outpost to deliver Benjamin Sisko to his new assignment on Starbase 375. After a period of detention for disobeying direct orders, the Defiant is lost. The situation is sticky. Best of luck unraveling this one, Commander. Finish parts 5 and 10 of the new missions. That's where you're going to get your rewards for that one. So, unlocking the Defiant, as you know, it's currently ongoing. It's a 3-day event. It is a heroic, and basically got to unlock the Defiant and and you'll get a whole slew of rewards for that one. Next one is upgrade the Defiant solo leaderboard. So yeah, there is a leaderboard as well. Scoring the event by spending the amplifiers, Defiant parts and Defiant research particles. So I guess that event actually appears if you have the Defiant. So, because I haven't seen that one. Oh, I need a good drink there. Right. Recruit Wayun. Woohoo! Here we go. It runs 3 times, and this is your material spend. SMS, not an SLB. SMS. 3 versions. So now, from what not RevJuice, Ultimate DJ's video said this morning, that was released when the game went into maintenance, just before the patch notes became available. These are heroic, as it actually says, heroic SMSs. These are going to be very difficult to complete outright. So I'm guessing you're going to need to spend a hell of a lot of materials. And obviously a lot of us are probably not going to have the materials. I probably won't. Maybe by the 26th, 27th one, maybe. But the one thing is, you're not going to be competing against other players. You're going to be competing against yourself. Yes, you. Not me, you. So, obviously, if you've got them, by all means, spend them. If you've got anything that requires materials to upgrade, I would highly recommend you save them. And then use them when you need to. Now, viewing party. This is levels 10 plus. This will obviously include all those different events. You've got 2 3-day periods for them, and something is coming through the wormhole. The tensions in the air. Your fellow commanders keep telling you. This is where it gets interesting, and my son has woken up, so unfortunately I'm going to have to end the live stream right here, because obviously it's going to take me a while to put him back to sleep. So thank you for joining me. I'll try and make an updated one, carry on tomorrow where we've left off. Obviously Sharon help in a minute because he's stuck behind a stair gate. So thank you for joining me. Stay safe, live long and prosper, and I shall see you possibly tomorrow if I get a chance to get on. So, good night.